George and Amal Clooney have always maintained an elegant image, gracing the covers of magazines and giving the impression of a fairytale life. But according to sources close to the couple, the past few months have been filled with rising tension, miscommunication, and emotional disconnection. It all came to a head just a few days ago when, according to insiders, the couple engaged in a heated and emotionally intense dispute at their Los Angeles residence. The argument, reportedly sparked by conflicting work schedules and long-standing frustrations about personal priorities, quickly escalated into a confrontation that left both parties shaken. George, who has been known to internalize stress, reportedly withdrew completely after the fight. And Amal, who many say has become increasingly focused on her demanding international career, allegedly packed her bags and walked out, leaving George in the house, completely alone. The aftermath of the dispute was more than emotional. Within 24 hours of the fight, George was rushed to a nearby hospital in Beverly Hills after experiencing chest pains, dizziness, and extreme fatigue. Paramedics arrived on the scene after being alerted by a concerned housekeeper who found George unresponsive and visibly distressed. Doctors at the hospital have since confirmed that George suffered a stress-induced cardiovascular episode, likely triggered by emotional overload. While he is currently in stable condition, what's most alarming is the fact that he has remained hospitalized with no visits or contact from Amal. One source from the hospital shared, he kept looking at the door, as if he was waiting for someone. But no one came. The biggest question on everyone's mind is, where is Amal Clooney? A woman known for standing firm on humanitarian issues, defending international justice, and portraying unwavering grace, is now facing intense scrutiny for her alleged disappearance during one of George's most vulnerable moments. According to close friends of the couple, Amal left their LA home shortly after the fight and flew to New York, where she's been staying privately. While some claim she needed space to think, others suggest that the couple may have been emotionally distant for far longer than the public realized. A source from Amal's inner circle shared that this wasn't just about one fight, it was a culmination of years of friction. George wants peace, simplicity, and family time. Amal thrives in movement, ambition, and global responsibility. They admire each other deeply, but they live in different emotional worlds. As news of George's hospitalization broke, Hollywood reacted with disbelief. The Clooneys were always held up as a shining example of elegance, balance, and love in a world full of celebrity chaos. Friends and colleagues reached out, with many reportedly blindsided by how quickly things unraveled. Julia Roberts, one of George's longtime confidants, has been in touch with George's assistant, according to sources. She's concerned and heartbroken. She never imagined things would get to this point, one insider shared. For many fans, the idea of Amal and George parting ways seems unthinkable. Their story, from whirlwind romance to marriage in Venice to raising twins together, was the epitome of modern love. But even fairy tales have dark chapters. Insiders say that while Amal and George have always respected each other's work, their personal connection has slowly eroded. Long absences, high-pressure careers, and different emotional needs have created a rift that no amount of public smiles can conceal. They've been functioning more like co-parents and roommates than lovers, said one source familiar with the couple. They both love their children, and they don't want to make a public scene. But behind closed doors, the distance between them has been growing. As of today, George remains under observation. Hospital staff report that he is receiving both physical and psychological care, as doctors are concerned about emotional trauma and prolonged stress. Though he has not spoken to the media, those who have seen him describe a man who is quiet, reflective, and visibly heartbroken. George has always tried to keep his pain private, a friend of the actor shared. But this time, he couldn't hide it. He feels abandoned. Amal's absence is louder than any words. What's worse is the uncertainty. Neither party has made a public statement, and there's been no confirmation of reconciliation or further separation. Friends fear this may not be a temporary rift but the beginning of a painful and public unraveling of one of Hollywood's most iconic marriages. As speculation swirls and fans anxiously await updates, one thing is clear: George Clooney is facing a deeply personal crisis, and he's doing it without the woman who once called him her soulmate. Whether Amal will return to his side, or if this is the quiet beginning of a formal split, remains to be seen. Because behind the fame and the luxury is a man who gave everything to love, and is now left asking if it was enough. Subscribe for more updates. This story is still unfolding, and we'll be following every development closely. If you want real updates on George's health, Amal's next move, and the future of this iconic couple, don't forget to subscribe to the channel and click the bell icon so you're first to know when we drop new details.